lot of people say that it's super important who you hire, and that will impact your business so much. I heard a few questions online where people ask like, oh, should I hire someone from Europe, or should I hire someone from, I don't know, Philippines or Thailand or wherever? And the argument is kind of like, oh, in Europe it's a lot more expensive, I can get it there for cheaper. Your thoughts on that?
Well, that's true. Like Philippines, if you're looking for Philippines and someone in Philippines, they normally do charge much lower rate, because for their standards, you know, what they charge for them is wow, you know, they earn enough. I don't think it's fair still. I think that, you know, a lot of areas will kind of start with their lowest charging point will be something that they can afford, you know, that kind of brings, like, let's say Philippines will sometimes they'll work for like $10 an hour, and for them that's going to be wow. But then someone in the US or Europe, they won't work for $10 an hour because that's nothing for them, you know. Like, then again, someone in Croatia probably will, because then still is the standard, and some other, you know, European countries that which currencies are lower, you know, in that effect. So it just depends. It does depend from where you work. Let's say now in Ireland, I wouldn't be working for, you know, $10 an hour as a VA, because, you know, it's quite low. And
but can you generally make enough money to sustain yourself as a virtual assistant? Like,
you can, because with experience, as I said, especially like US, Ireland, UK, countries like that, they'll have one of like higher rates. And I think it's sad as well that, you know, you should pay the Philippines as well as much as you pay someone in the US. It doesn't mean that they are not worth the same, or that they don't have the same skill, or that they can't offer you, you know, the same service at the same value. For some, they can even maybe do it better. It's just, you know, their starting point is much lower, because for them it makes it worth it.
I heard on another podcast a very interesting fact that they will refuse to work for a lot more, because then it creates a huge gap. Because if you know that it's a popular business there, and then suddenly I'm making 5 times more than you know, people kind of look at it like, oh, like, you know, like, how is that happening? Like, how come he's earning so much more? You know, so people a lot of the times reject having a higher paycheck and accept a lower one just because it's their standard, you know, and then they won't kind of sabotage their environment at home.
It is, that can be the case. Look, sure, there can be multiple reasons, you know, maybe, you know, with taxes and things, you know, maybe for them it's better to accept a wage like that, you know. But I know for some that still, you know, charge higher, even though they're there. You know, like I can go to the Philippines, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to lower my my hourly rate, you know. So for a lot of businesses, like, you have to see how you want to work. Like, some will kind of make a combination of project-based packages that, you know, you're going to charge a set amount, and this is what it includes, and that's it. And then some will charge hourly. It just depends, you know, what you find best. Some will just some will do a combination, some will just decide, no, I just want to do hourly. And then some will just do package based, not hourly, and that's it, you know. So
that's fine.
It kind of goes. But with experience, as you grow and as you get more experience, and you know more, and you know how to implement things, as you grow with experience, you can get to €50 plus an hour, which is a lot wherever you live. So I know some people that don't charge less than 100 an hour and more than that. You know, 75 euro an hour. You know, you can get to that, and it just takes time. It just takes experience. And when you feel comfortable and confident that you can offer that value, you offer it. You don't start too early. You won't start with 50 euro an hour, because that's not the level of service you can offer. Like, you know, you also have to know the balance and when to actually progress to that part.
Hey, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see the full version, go to the Uncle Gold Podcast YouTube channel or watch the next clip.